Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to the teacher and the member of the floor. We are from Group 4, which will be covering on diabetes. Our group is comprised myself, Ryan, Arif, Atif, Izul and Mukmin. On top of that, let's start with Atif.
First of all,
For
Ryan,
for the first slide that will
wait,
represent,
when you want to begin something, you say to begin with, not on top. On top means important, okay? To begin with.
let's start from for the definition of diabetes. Did you know diabetes is a long-lasting health condition that affect your body turns food into energy. Your body breaks down most of the food you eat into sugar or glucose and release it into your bloodstream. When your blood sugar goes up, it signals your pancreas to release insulin. Did you know diabetes can be categorized in three types? For the first type, chronic condition in which the pancreas produce small amounts of insulin or not at all to regulate blood glucose levels. For the third type, the most common type of diabetes, it is a condition that affects the way the body metabolizes sugar or glucose. For the third type, or gestational diabetes, occur when the body does not produce sufficient insulin to manage the higher blood glucose level during pregnancy.
Next, we will look at the causes of diabetes. First and foremost, overweight. Overweight certainly poses diverse negative implications against our body. For instance, overweight may lead to several health deterioration, particularly diabetes, cardiac disease, and stroke, as well as other diseases stated on the slide. Next is physical inactivity. Physical inactivity causes diabetes by releasing excessive free fatty acid from a tissue in our body that leads to a slump in insulin sensitivity of muscle and other major organs. Thirdly, family history. This can be referred to genetic inheritance from family members and also whoever who are related in the family hierarchy that descend the disease to the patient and victim. Lastly, insulin resistance. The risk of getting diabetes is also subject to insulin production. For example, as long as the pancreas can produce adequate insulin to prevent the cells with response to insulin, the blood sugar levels will remain in a healthy range.
The blood.
The blood.
Now we are going to the symptoms. As you all know, every disease has its symptom to make sure we know that that he has the disease. The first symptom of diabetes is your body will feel more thirsty than usual. Second is you will be more you will be urinating more often than usual. The third is your body will be losing weight and become thick without even trying. The fourth is your muscle in your body will be feeling more tired and weak than usual. And the fifth, next is your eyes will be blurry. Will have a blurry vision than usual. And last is your sore will be when you are having a sore, it will be slow healing than usual.
So now let's moving to the effect of diabetes.
Move on.
Move on to the effect of diabetes. The firstly is stroke. If you have a diabetes, your chance to having a stroke 1.5 times.
Your chance.
The chance of having a stroke 1.5 times higher than in people who don't have diabetes. The second one is high blood levels over time can lead to structural change in the length of the eye that can accelerate the development of cataracts. Development. The third one is if you have diabetes, either type 1 or type 2 that I have mentioned, you have a higher risk of developing depression. And if you are depressed, you may have a greater chance of developing type 2 diabetes. The fourth is hearing problem. Diabetes can also cause nerve damage in your ears. If your hearing nerves affects, you probably have hearing issues.
Fun facts. Do you guys know that diabetes can be cured? Diabetes is a chronic disease with no cure. However, the condition can be managed to prevent complications from arising. Next, do you guys know that diabetics should avoid carbohydrates? Carbohydrates may raise blood glucose levels as they are broken down into glucose to provide energy for the body. Next, too many sweets can cause diabetes. High glucose may affect our pancreas. Patients with type 1 diabetes are not able to produce insulin due to an immune disorder affecting the pancreas.
Okay, now we move on to diabetes cases in Malaysia. On 2016, diabetes cases in Malaysia is 160,000 cases. And on 2017, the cases increased to 161,000 cases. On 2018,
Go ahead.
the cases dropped to 150,000 cases. And last, in 2019, the cases increased to 180,000. So from this graph, we can see diabetes cases in Malaysia is increased year by year. This situation so worrying to the society and government. So we need the government and the society need to take action and cooperate to reduce the number of diabetes cases in Malaysia. So now we are moving to the solution. As we all know, every single disease has its solution. So now, how do we prevent this disease from arising? The first is you have to exercise regularly, at least 3 or 4 times a week. Next, you have to manage your carb intake. Take more food that having such as protein and vitamins, and take less carbohydrate. Next is monitor your blood sugar, so that you will not have a high blood sugar level. The next is try to manage your stress level. And the last is get enough sleep, at least about 7 or 8 hours. Summary. All in all, diabetes is one of chronic disease that is incurable and may jeopardize the patient's entire life. Therefore, we must ensure optimal quality of our health so that we won't easily be vulnerable to such potential lifetime Do any of you have a question?
You have any question? Is you ask? Do you have any question?
Ask, then I will.
Any questions? If you don't have, I will ask question to each of the group members. Okay, Aisha have got a question. What is jeopardize?
A situation that is more dangerous, that will make us feel dangerous. Maybe.
Okay. Next question. Okay. I'm gonna ask the question. A question to the group. Any other questions? Okay. Can young people like you contract this disease?
Yes.
How do you support your answer?
Children like to eat. Eat sweet.
Diabetes is caused by high sugar intake, and it does not just affect to the elders. It will also affect the youngest, younger people if they took too many sugar,
Too much.
too much sugar. So